What's going on, Colts Nation? Whoa, what a game. 31-3. 31-3, and now, Loyalist, you can put your headphones back. All right, I warned him before I started recording. I'm like, I'm going to scream.
Thank you.
Yes, man, we needed that. And I said beforehand, did I not? I said the
You did.
Colts need to win by 3 scores. They not only heard me, but they won by 4 scores. I mean, come on now. That's a game. Now they need to carry this on through next week. But let's talk about this game specific. All right, this one specific game, dude. What did you think of the game as you were watching it?
I would love to double down on it. They did what they were supposed to do. They beat this team, and they beat them in the way that they were supposed to beat them, in my eyes. Okay, I don't feel like these two teams are evenly matched by a far cry. So it was very nice to sit there and see that this team not only came out and represented themselves 3 points, holding an NFL team to 3 points. I will take that every daggone Sunday. You can have Mondays, but just you know what I mean. I love that. You know what I mean. So yeah, and the way this team really they play complementary football in the way of okay, once the defense did something amazing, the offense didn't just sit there and squander with a 3-and-out. You know what I mean? They were able to sit there and turn some of these turnovers into points, and they performed, better in the red zone this week. When they got in there, and that was my favorite part was just seeing some of these big plays and stuff. I hear people complaining, well, they lost the time of possession. Well, of course they did. Whenever you're completing basically 4 or 5 plays worth of yardage or production in one play, okay, fine. They can have time of possession as long as we keep putting sevens on the board.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there was what 4 plays for a touchdown, 2 plays for a touchdown, and 6 plays for a touchdown on scoring drives. So, yeah, there was definitely that situation. But I mean, there's other negative Nancy stuff to really talk about. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
like 3
Oh, I
of 10
agree.
on third down. 3 of 10 on third down. You're not going to make that. That's not good.
Yeah.
They were 1 of 1 on fourth down though. They did make their fourth down conversion, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Third down conversions on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember watching the game going 3rd and 7, I mean, these weren't even 3rd and short, and our defense was. I mean, man, it just seemed like every time that happened, it was like, oh, we'll forget about Brandon. And this guy was just finding these holes all the time on 3rd down. And I was just like, just give me a couple more of those stops. You know what I mean? Get us off the field. Give yourself the break. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's got to be rough when your offense is scoring in 2 plays, but that's all right. Let's try it.
It is difficult on a defense when they're on the field. Like I said, they were on the field almost 36 minutes. Of the game, and that's rough on a defense that is, the kind of defense that we have, that running, chasing style defense, and it's difficult, and it makes it very difficult. I'm surprised we only allowed 3 points because the Texans got in scoring position multiple times in this game, and we walked out of there with turnover after turnover after turnover in situation. Interception in the end zone, interception, in the field goal position, forced fumble in the red zone, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that the Colts were doing. And
yeah, I mean, even before their one and sole field goal, the play before it was, I mean, Corey Willis was just like, I mean, and man, if he'd have caught that ball, I don't know if he had the speed to go all the way, but he would have definitely put us in some of our best starting field position that we had all game.
Oh, absolutely. Now, to be fair, you're talking about, Brandon Cooks is a fast receiver. And I've always talked about, with Ty and Paris with the Colts, speed kills, right? Especially when you've got a quarterback that can scramble and extend that play, then speed kills. And we've seen it with the Colts yesterday, where speed was killing them. Ty and Paris both made big time plays because of their quickness. And Brandon Cooks, that was the same situation, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Mills was able to get out of pressure and roll out to his right on that one play and threw that ball, and they're sitting in zone, and they did exactly what you expect your offense to do. A receiver finds an open spot on a broken play in a zone defense, and the quarterback found him. That happens.
Yeah, he kept making those catches, what I used to call Reggie catches, because Reggie Wayne used to always break the team's spirit. They think, oh, he's behind the chains. We got him 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, and then Reggie turns around and makes a reception for a yard or two more than what he needed. And like I said, I just wish our defense could find a way to just make 1 or 2 more plays on those 3rd downs and make them get a little bit more pumped, happy.
Hey guys, please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, and tag that notification bell so that you're notified next time I go live. Don't forget, you can also share this video to your favorite social media, and please open up that description of the video. In there you find a link to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. Get all of my content plus Patreon specific content, and of course my merch shop right here. This channel is proudly sponsored by the Backroom Collection. They do beautiful sports canvas art with football, basketball, baseball, and other sports themes. Special orders are accepted and autograph pieces are available. Many Indianapolis Colts signed pieces will be available beginning in November. Just use your discount code CL10 to purchase the pieces you want to spice up your living area. That's CL10. Yeah, I'm really hoping that Paris Campbell, and we'll probably hear a little bit about it today during the press conference from Reich, usually, about the injury stuff, because Paris had that foot injury after that 51-yard touchdown that was freaking stupid. He burnt that dude so bad. Carson Wentz couldn't throw the ball hard enough, I don't think, or something, because he underthrew him by 5 yards. He had to slow down to catch it. And then, even then, he was still had, 3 yards on the guy when he finally caught the ball and was able to turn and go upfield. I'm like, holy crap. Paris Campbell was just killing it, and then he hurt his foot on that play, and that sucks. And we talk about Paris, in his injury history. Hopefully this isn't something that's going to keep him out long or at all, because he really needs, he's starting to get those targets from Carson Wentz. It seems like the last few weeks, those targets have been building up. Carson's getting his speed down, and, that only can spell, really good stuff for our offense moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
If Paris is out there.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen what T.Y. did, with him being out there and just the two of them and how they complement and how they put all the stress on the defense. Yeah. I mean, wasn't it just, watching that long crossing pattern from T.Y. and the way Carson's, man, I was just like, it just reminded me, the flood of memories of seeing Andrew Luck do that same thing and stuff. And I was just like, I forgot what that looked like, because even whenever you had those passes, you just never seen that. Oh, they connected. Because that was not a simple throw. That was in double coverage, and he put it perfectly in there. I was just like I said, the way these guys complement the amount of stress that they put on a defense. I'm like you, and I went back and watched that play and stuff after the play, and seeing how Paris was reacting after, just in the celebration. And I didn't see nearly that much. So I'm hoping that, like you said, this was something that they were, okay, let's be cautious. Let's check it. I don't want to find out that he's got to have a freak bone removed for 5. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, 5 to 12 weeks out after having a bone removed, that would not be a situation. I would definitely want to know what's up with that, Is there a bone fairy over there at the Colts, because how the tooth fairy is always going out and grabbing teeth, specific ones. But there's going to be, again, negative Nancy's out there. They're saying, it's the Texans, right? They were 1-4, same as the Colts. They should have beat them. That's the thing. They didn't just beat them. They beat the Texans the way a good team is supposed to beat the Texans, by whooping them. Whooping them. And that's what they did. They beat them by 4 scores. So that makes me believe that the Colts are trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. This video is sponsored by Newsbreak. Newsbreak is an app used over 1.5 billion times a month by people just like you to get local news via articles or videos by those who are focused on that specific area. People like myself. Just use the link in the description of this video to download it. Then search a city, state, or someone specific, like myself, Colts Law. Then make sure to follow them so you'll get all the news fresh as it comes out.
And just watching Carson and stuff, they were beating them, but they were having fun doing it. I mean, you seen that first play of the game. I don't know if you watched the presser afterwards, but they asked Carson, "What was there any chance that you weren't going to TY on that first?" And he just looked at me like, He's like, that play was going to TY. And and it was just, you could see after these plays and stuff where they were just having fun. I mean, the offense was having fun. These guys, the offensive line, we keep seeing gelling and getting better. I know for me personally, I didn't see as much running as I was hoping to see, even though I love these deep passes and stuff. I still wish we could have beaten these guys up. So it would have, because honestly, their spirit wasn't broken until, third quarter and stuff, because it was 10-3 at halftime or something. It wasn't nearly what I was like, oh man, we're letting them too close. But fortunately, we came out in the second half, and like you said, we just started hanging points on them, just like we should.
Oh yeah, at halftime I was a little upset. I was sitting there looking at the score, going, "This is the exact same boat we were in against the Ravens." The exact same thing, the exact same score. We were getting the ball back. And then as soon as the extra point was hit and it became 17-3, I was like, oh, all right, we're out of that.
Thanks, Bagley, or Badgley, or whatever.
Right. Something that stands out to me, big time, actually, was how Carson Wentz kept going back to Mo Alley Cox, even though the connection wasn't there on the first two passes, right? That first pass on the sideline where, he had that linebacker draped over him and he had to reach out and tried to grab it and just went off his finger.
Back shoulder.
Yeah. That would have been an incredible catch by Mo Alley Cox. And then the next one where it was just a bad pass by Wentz. He threw it behind him. Mo Alley Cox had to slow down and reach behind him. That would have been a heck of a catch by Mo Alley had he gotten that. And it did not make Wentz pause when it come to him the rest of the game, because that very next, his one catch that Mo had, he went to him after that, and it was a big play downfield for a first down, So,
yeah,
good Lord. That makes me very optimistic that Carson has faith in his receivers, all of them, and knows that, what, keep going to them. They're not going to let me down.
Yeah, and I want to mention this kid because, he's not going to get a whole lot of talk this week but Michael Pittman, he played a really good game. And that sideline catch that he made, he looked like his body was 3 yards out of bounds, but his toes were on. And just, man, that was just amazing catch by that young man and T.Y. So yeah, not only is he getting more confidence, but these guys are making plays for their quarterback. That's a lethal combination.
Yeah, well, give Michael Pittman an extra 20 yards rushing as well in this game, because that block that he put at the end of the Jonathan Taylor run on that safety, because Michael Pittman was out there and ran out front and got in the way of the safety. Yes, that safety ended up making the tackle at the 5-yard line, but that safety would have made a tackle 20 yards prior to that had Michael Pittman Jr. not gotten in the way and was, pushing him away as best as he could. And so, a 20-yard block, that's pretty darn solid in my opinion. I'll be okay I'll take that all day. If we can get 20-yard blocks on every stinking run play, heck yeah, right? That's another thing.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to double down. There was a play, and I don't even remember where it was, but it was when I knew that the Colts would win, because we had a lead and stuff, but I'm a negative Nanny when it comes to these AFC South games, because there's always something bad. So I was always okay. But once I saw Pittman, he's riding his block. He's riding the guy that he's blocking. He makes like this complete, like 270-degree circle around the field, and this guy just throws a punch at Pittman because he's like, enough already. You know what I mean? And Pittman's like, I'm going till this whistle blows, baby. You know what I mean? I love seeing that. Being that hard nose. Yeah, I can run down the field. I can tiptoe on the sideline, or I can, like you said, I can sit there and look you dead in the face and stone you within 2 yards. Yeah, I like this kid.
Well, again, the Indianapolis Colts beat the divisional rivals, Houston, Texas, 31-3. I appreciate each and every one that's watching this, Loyalist. Thanks for taking, this 15 minutes out of your day to sit here and record this because, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be recording with DeQuell at 6 today. That's why we're recording this ahead of time because we won't be able to go live to do it. Make sure you keep an eye out because that DeQuell video will pop out probably sometime around Monday Night Football when it comes up. So maybe a little bit before then. So keep an eye on that. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, tag that notification bell so you're notified next time we go live. And check out the descriptions of the video. It's just right down here, man. Just open it up. Open up the description. There's a tons of links like for my Patreon and for news break and how to send a tip. You can send a tip now. And we'll talk about it next time we go live or do a recording or something because that's the great thing about my tip jar, So because it pops up, it shows right there beside Loyalist and stays there, unlike YouTube super chats. So and shout out to all my patrons, who were there with me last night while I was doing the live stream. I had a little bit of a connection issue around the fourth quarter, but shout out to you guys. You help us out a ton. Any last words, Loyalist?
No, I want to remind everybody the next phase to our master plan, the Buffalo Bills are getting ready to beat the Tennessee Titans. Let's go.
Absolutely, man. The Titans going up against a 4-game stretch, it's going to be tough for them.
Mm-hmm.
While, and the Colts are going to be part of that equation, okay? And this time, hopefully, we won't have a double peg leg wince against them, So we'll see what happens. But thanks again. And until next time, I'm Lawrence Owen. That's Colts Loyalist. And as usual, have a good one.
Just because a player's not a household name doesn't mean we can't make him a household name.